I'm capping. Okay, cool. All right. But how you go from this to saying, oh, poetic Flakko involved? How is Flakko involved? Because you guys have yourself in an active investigation. I'm confused here. All right. And not only did you get yourself into an active investigation, no, straight up. That's what.
About 3 weeks.
Say that something like this was gonna happen. Now, Wack can speak about this more, and Wack can probably say the things that I can't say for obvious reasons. I can't say these things.
Wack and Flakko are an evil combination, boy. They are an evil, evil, evil combination, man. These are the super villains the world never needed.
But let's see what Wack 100 has to say about this, man.
Must come down. What goes up must come down. Gotta go. What's up, man? On the side of YouTube streets? We back in the metaverse. We meta bang. Yeah. How long you been knowing this? Wack? About 3 weeks. The question Munchie B, it went to no jumper. Look at the talk to Munchie B, the question Munchie B. Yeah. How long you been knowing this? Wack? About 3 weeks.
Now, how did Wack 100 know this? Okay. Now let's just say this, man. Right, me and Wack have frequent conversations. Now when Wack says he knew this for 3 weeks, I wonder exactly what he knew. Okay. I wonder
Wack ain't know nothing for 3 weeks. We all just have common sense and can see what Munchie B was doing, and it's only a matter of time before police look into the situation. Nobody knew anything, bro. I am extremely doubtful in any of these dudes' abilities to speak to police and or law enforcement about the situation. I'm extremely doubtful in any of these dudes' ability to have an inside source or plug in the situation. Munchie B just said something dumb, and we could all see the writing on the wall.
Exactly what he knew, but he got this, or the information was funneled through a civilian who be antagonized in the streets. Okay, y'all figure out who the civilian that be antagonizing the streets is. But Wack says something very specific. Let's see if we could skip forward and find what Wack had to say.
But you born in 89, so 89 friend to contact foe 1 years in the game. Anytime you still 21 years in the game and you coming on social media and you claiming to know who unalived somebody on an open, cold case, high profile case, such as Drakeo the Ruler, case that's tied up right now in courts with companies as large as Live Nation. I gotta say, you can't be what you say you are. Now let's talk about it. I use friend to contact foe to get.
So basically, Wack is going to go into this whole dissertation about how he had somebody hit up Spody Face to talk about the situation with Munchie B, and he manipulated Munchie B and Spody Face without their knowledge. Because Wack's the smartest person ever. Because chat, there's nobody in our internet space, there's nobody in our content space smarter than Wack 100. Nobody. He is the literal smartest person ever. What will we ever do without the genius of Wack 100?
A question to foe.
Hold on, what that means? Hold on, what that means?
I deal with different people.
Hold on, Wack. Is you saying? Hold on, Wack. Is you saying? Hold on. Is you saying what I think you're saying? Now, Wack is about to break down how he knew about this for a while now, and he got a question of Munchie B inadvertently, and based on this particular question, he knew Munchie B was all bad. Here's what Wack 100 had to say. Again, I think Wack is about to get to somewhere I think he's getting to.
Every person
goodness gracious, let's just get to Flakko's reaction. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's just get to Flakko's reaction because he's going to just repeat what I just said anyway.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
It's really hard to get through.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, man. For y'all who just came, okay? Wack is breaking down exactly how he already knew Munchie B was in some deep trouble and that No Jumper was going to be getting a visit from the police pretty soon, just based on Munchie B's activities and how deceptive and coy Munchie B has been. Now, Wack is about to break down how he already knew for 3+ weeks now that Munchie B was in some deep trouble, that Munchie B knew a lot more about this Drakeo the Ruler murder situation that he was not letting on. Now, Wack breaks this down in his live stream. Now, Wack starts off.
Chat, who's in here with me? I want to ask y'all a question.
By saying, yo, this guy Munchie B, well, I knew he got a call 3 weeks ago. And I put the kite in to try to figure out, okay, is he going to be honest about it? Because why wouldn't a gangbanger be honest about talking to the police if the police called? But for some reason, you know, like Munchie B lied.
And when you got that call from Spody.
Well, here's the thing, too. Spody Face is not from the same hood as Munchie B. It's not from the same community as Munchie B. When it's all said and done, they don't have any loyalties to each other outside of No Jumper. So if we're speaking in 100% fairness, it would make 100% sense for Munchie B not to tell Spody Face about anything he may or may not know about the situation with Drakeo the Ruler, because should he know something about the situation with Drakeo the Ruler, he doesn't, you know, he doesn't know it to have been done or dealt with Spody Face. They're not in on it together. You feel me? Spody Face has no actual, you know, correspondence with this situation. So why would he talk to Spody Face about this? That would never, you know what I'm saying? Like that really wouldn't make sense. You feel me? I don't think that Munchie spoke to the police. I'm agreeing with you there. I don't think that Munchie B ever spoke to the police, because they're saying like, oh, why would he lie to Spody Face? Because they're not from the same hood and technically their hoods are enemies. That's a really good reason to lie to somebody. It's a really good reason. Not saying that is a reason, but that's not really adding up. Like, we keep hearing this over and over, but that doesn't really make sense. Like, that point that Wack and Flakko are pushing, that doesn't really sound too logical in the overall synopsis of the situation. We're looking at it as a whole. You feel me? Because, again, these niggas ain't homies. They didn't grow up together. They mamas ain't homies. They daddies ain't homies.
His Spody Face, man.
Hold on, rewind real quick.
Call from the police about Drakeo. I bet you won't put that on Inglewood family. You wasn't asked by Spody Face if you got a call from the police about Drakeo the Ruler's unaliving. And when you got that call from Spody Face, and Spody Face may not like me right now, but he been to the pen, and I think he didn't sat back and told himself, hold on, I'm dealing with something different. I'm dealing with something that's playing with my mind. So if I'm in my emotions, I can't stand in front of this dude. When Spody Face called you, Munchie B, and said, hey, did you get a call from the police about Drakeo? You lied and told him no. You lied and told Spody Face no. You had no idea that was Wack talking to you. But I knew I couldn't ask you. I knew that my guy who gave me the information couldn't ask you. So my guy is cool with Spody Face. Sending that Spody Face, have him asking. Munchie B pick that call up. And you know what you did? You lied. Well, Wack, how you know the police called you? Because I got a civilian over here.
July like a calendar. July like a calendar, my friend.
Here, who antagonizes the streets, who talks to the police. And he lets me
Sounds like Flakko.
know what they telling him. And I listen. I'm going to listen. It's information.
Is it?
That's Flakko. Sounds like Flakko to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, listen, man. It's information. Now, I'm going to say this, okay? Now, clearly there's some things that I can't say. Clearly there's information that I probably know that I cannot say. I can't let that information go. I cannot repeat the information. But, right, because for clear and obvious reasons, y'all know why I can't do it. Let's just say this, man, okay? Munchie B is in for a long ride. And it's not Flakko, it's not, you feel me? I'm not the one that's responsible for this. No, I just know information. Munchie B is in for a long ride. And he got himself into this, man. All right, he's in for a long ride. But all this nonsense of, oh my God, it's Flakko. Flakko's the... How did Flakko make y'all conspire to murder Drakeo the Ruler? Right? No. And as a matter of fact, if y'all weren't online threatening Flakko, I probably wouldn't even know any information about nothing. But y'all got to make it.
That is actually true. That is actually true. The threats used about Flakko or towards Flakko are now being used against a lot of people.
Threats, y'all got to threaten my life. Y'all got to sending addresses out to other people. Y'all got to doing a lot of nonsense, man. Y'all, a lot of nonsense.
Yeah. And yeah. Let me ask y'all this, chat. Let me ask y'all this. When they leaked Flakko's address and they started sending Flakko's address out, if this is Flakko's way of fighting back, is he wrong? How does this work? Where do boundaries start and stop?
Man. And for anybody I love, don't call Munchie phone. If you know what I don't call Munchie phone if you know what I mean. Now, I'm not gonna lie on Munchie, bro. Like, I don't think Munchie is cooperating. Like, I don't think Munchie B is snitching yet. Right? I just don't think Munchie B is right. I don't think he's working currently. Right? Or at least I don't have no proof he's working currently. I just don't. But certain things ain't adding up. And if you are a gang member, a street dude, do not call Munchie phone. Hell, Munchie, you shouldn't be even using that. Man, hey, bro, listen, man. This is some deep stuff, and I gotta speak in riddles and parables and talking because I can't say what I know. Sir, y'all done got yourself in a world of trouble, man.
Listen, that's a fact. I don't know.
Because, like, my question is, why does Flakko even know all this? Like, am I tripping, or does Flakko already know too much information? Even if he doesn't find out anything else. Let's say that this is all he ever finds out. Am I tripping when I say this is already still too much information for this? Like, he shouldn't know all this? He shouldn't be privy to all this? Woo-wee, boy. Man, this is incredible. You have to just imagine the world's dumbest criminals. And imagine a district attorney or investigator just sitting around just looking at this whole situation. This is not the smartest thing ever.
Where y'all come from, but if somebody giving me some inside scoop, Wack gonna listen. I'm gonna store that right here in this noggin. Spotyface knows you told him no. Right now, when he sees this clip, he's gonna be like, hold on. The police with the no jumper. Adam just said they questioned Josh about wanting to question Munchie B about this Drakeo, the ruler, unalive. Now, here goes the beautiful thing about this, which is not too so beautiful. You can't wonder why the police is on you. You put them on you.
And that is the part about it that everybody has to come to grips with. Who told on Munchie B? Munchie B.
Munchie, you go on the internet in the metaverse and start saying things that incriminate yourself and others. This is why that Damu neighborhood said you can't come back over there.
BPS. The BPS did say Munchie B's has been.
I talked to the homie from BPS, and he is very adamant that that's actually not in fact true. So I don't know why Wack and Flakko keep pushing that narrative, but I've spoken to some dudes from BPS, and they're like, that's actually not true at all.
They're from the jungles. That if they see Munchie B in the jungles, they're going to murder him, which is why I'm so confused. Munchie B got so much more enemies to deal with. For God's sakes, he got the police pulling up to investigate you for a homicide, and you worry about Poetic Flakko. I don't care how many lies y'all say. Listen, bro. I don't care how many lies y'all spew. Go involved in this. I'm sorry, bro. Okay, I don't commit murders. Okay, all right. I make YouTube content and I go about my day. I'm not here for this nonsense you guys is on.
You understand what I'm saying? Because the things you saying is very incriminating, right? Now, this is what the homies better understand. Munchie B got a gun case, got caught with 2 pistols. He sits with Alex Alonso, who works with the DA. Pay attention.
And that Alex dude too. For some reason, right? And him and Munchie did the exact.
Now, I'm not really sure what Wack's whole gripe with Alex Alonso is, but I would assume that this is something that Flakko would want to stay out of because Alex Alonso is pretty knowledgeable in the things that he's knowledgeable of. I'm not going to speak for Alex Alonso, nor am I speak for what he has going on, but I would imagine that if you have been less than a model citizen throughout the entirety of your life, you probably wouldn't want to get into it with Alex Alonso. But at the same time, too, just from a moral standpoint, from my understanding and from my knowledge, I've yet to see Alex Alonso tell a lie on somebody. Even in recent conversations, I'm not going to go into details, but I was speaking to Alex Alonso about Wack. I'm not going to go into our conversation, but Alex Alonso has told me within the last 7 days I've spoken to him. He was like, I don't think that's true. He goes, a lot of things about Wack are true. I don't think that that's true. And I don't think that, it's ever okay or ever acceptable to spread propaganda or to spread lies. So I was asking Alex a question about something that I heard, and he was pretty adamant that, it was a rumor, it was a false thing. And I'm not going to say he was defending Wack, but he wasn't going to, under his understanding and knowledge, allow a rumor or a mistruth to be spread. So it's hard for me to believe that he's going to go on the internet and lie on somebody when I know that he doesn't care for Wack. But in our private conversations, he's telling me like, "No, that's not true. Don't say that on the internet because it's not true." Not even about making myself look stupid. It's just not a fact. So, what I'm saying, again, somebody who's that adamant on the truth in private conversations, I can only imagine how they are in public.
Same thing, you feel me? Like, to me, which is why, like, I don't like the dude. Like, I don't like dude. Him and Munchie B did the exact same thing to me. Munchie and Alex Alonso, right? So Alex was an OG who I had like some respect for, right? But he and Munchie B is the same shit they do, right? Where they don't like you. They want a reason not to like you. They don't got a good reason, so they play nice. But then they will make up a reason not to like you. In the case of Munchie B, he, for some reason, came out and made up, I don't like Flakko because he been speaking about game bangers. But I've been speaking about game bangers for as long as I knew Munchie. He never had a problem with it, right? He came out and began to attack my family. I said, F ya, right? F ya, right?
Flakko has been speaking about game members his entirety of the time on the internet. That is definitely true. He's not switched his content up for real.
You have my mama and my daddy name in your mouth on that live stream. F ya. So he attacked me first. He did live streams going off on me first. And this is before I even made the Drakeo the Ruler video. Right? He disrespected my mama first. Cool. Right? True. Do you? All right, do you? I'm just not into creating enemies for myself. I'm sorry. I just don't create. Listen, I go out of my way to avoid enemies. I'm sorry. I just don't. I just do not create enemies for myself. I go out of my way to avoid people who could very well not like me. I just don't want to, right? So
nothing wrong with going out of your way to avoid a bad day.
He created a reason to go on live and disrespect me. And then when I responded back, all the No Jumper employees said, "Oh, how dare you go up against a gangbanger? How dare you diss a gangbanger?" Right? Just semen goblin, D-sucking weirdos.
Sheesh. Flakko is getting some things off, isn't he?
Right? The gang member dissed me first before I dropped the Drakeo the Ruler video. Came on a live stream, lied and said my name was David Jala, right? Lied and said,
oh yeah, he's about to get it off. Flakko's finna cook right now.
I had a sex case, then went off and disrespected my parents. Then they say, how can you have a problem with him? Right? Yo, which is why like 90% of that building, I hate them. Right? I hate them.
This man is speaking from a place of real truth. Flakko is sick.
They sat there, watch Munchie B lie and disrespect me. I respond back now. All of a sudden, I'm the one who picked the fight. Right? I hate them. Just weirdos. Right? They have this obsession with gangbangers. They have this obsession with street dudes that I just don't have. I ain't never respected no street dude. I ain't never respected a gangster. Never in life. I ain't never had.
Hey, honestly, that is one consistency that Flakko has maintained in a black and white aspect. He hates gang members. Now he'll put it in color and then he'll say that he has friends and this person and that person and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. But keep in mind too, this is how he treats his gang member friends, because Munchie B was once one of his gang member friends. And Munchie B was once one of the people defending Flakko. Nah, he ain't that bad. Nah, he ain't this. Nah, he got excuses for him, X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. Now you're seeing how, Flakko genuinely feels about you. Flakko feels the same way about all you gang members. You just haven't crossed him yet, so he doesn't have to vocalize it. But he's been pretty consistent up until this point with how he feels about gang members and their activities.
This complete like submission to no street dude. I'm sorry, I just don't. Right? And it was that situation where our watch him didn't call it down the line. Okay? They didn't call it down the line. Right? Right? They just didn't. Right? And like y'all probably know who in the building I like. Like I like Adam, that's my guy. Josh is my guy. You feel me? And then there's like the black employees, and then there's, there's a few Hispanics in the building too that I like. There's a few, right? And then there's
he looked so disgusted when he said that. I don't think they're really true, and I don't think that there are truly any Hispanics in that building that Flakko genuinely cares for. That was very disingenuous, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. It's my opinion. It's no fact.
Guys I like too. There's a few Hispanics in the building too that I like. There's a few, right? And
that doesn't sound like there are a few that you like. Sound like there are a few that you'll tolerate.
Then there's some black guys I like as well. Yeah, but you feel me? Like the rest of them, like F them, right? But that's where I said, hold on, bro. This dude disrespected my family, disrespected me, lied on me. And he did this, by the way, before I even dropped a Drakeo the Ruler video. So like the excuse of, well, you did the Drakeo video, so shouldn't that be? No, he did this beforehand. And when he did it, I said F him. And when I said F him, all the squares, no, you can't do that to no street dude. That's why I said, man, F y'all weirdos, bro. Right, y'all weirdos. But Alex Alonso, right, and he did the same play Munchie did, where he didn't really have a reason not to like me because, again, I don't bother nobody. So then he made up one and said, well, I don't like him because he like went on back on Fig and gave an opinion on my platform.
No, you misquoted. That's what it was. You misquoted dramatically misquoted his write-up on somebody's case. I forgot whose case it was, but Flakko just said things were in Alex Alonso's write-up that just blatantly weren't in the write-up. So when he did that, Alex Alonso, understandably so, felt disrespected.
Alex Alonso has given his opinion on my platform numerous of times. Have I ever said, oh, damn, bro, like Alex have given his opinion on what I do on my channel and No Jumper channel, so hence I don't like, no, right? No, you a commentator, is in your discretion to do so. You want to call my platform this and this, you can do so, right? So he can critique my platform, I critique his platform, now we enemies. Because these are dudes who's always wanted to make me an enemy. It's always been some slick hate and stuff, okay? It's simple as that.
He's been very quiet. We ain't heard nothing about the gun cases. Do we got him?
You guys think Alex Alonso cares enough about Flakko to hate on him, or do you think that Flakko is just pretty much, at this point, not taking accountability for the things that he's done that would make Alex Alonso understandably so not care for him?
Did they drop him? Under what basis did they drop him? But yet, he's lying to Spotify about the police called me asking me about Drakeo. Munchie, I play with you when I want to. You right there. Shit you think is what you, but then we manipulate that too. This is a fact. Then you went on your channel. I ain't gonna even talk about what you said about what you had. You was a dummy. You went on your channel when you were doing your mouth like this and said, this dude whoop-de-whoop filmed me having this on me. You said, I didn't say this. Now let's talk about it. Munchie, we all know the police already gave you a call about that. You talked to him.
Mm.
The reason why I had somebody contact.
Now,
No, I don't think that's somebody. I don't think that that's true. I don't think that the police ever got in contact with Munchie B. I don't. Like, it's not really adding up. It's not really making sense. I mean, anything is possible in this magical world of content that we live in, but somehow, some way, I don't just see this one being 100% true.
Munchie won't talk about that though, right? Munchie won't talk about how they already made contact with him now, right? They already called that phone.
Spody face to ask you, because I know that's your comfort zone. Rule number 1, never get comfortable. Or as you would say, never get bumptable.
Also, bro,
Bumptables, barnacles.
I would hate to be a Whack 100 enemy. Think about this shit for a second. I would hate to be enemies of Whack 100. Think about it for a second, bro. Think about all the people that Whack 100 has beef with. Think about it for a second, bro. Yo.
Description. Flakko waits.
Whack have this ability to just make them crash out. Like, Whack have this ability.
No, it only works with the dumb guys, because Whack sat in front of the Jabari dude, and the Jabari dude never crashed out at all. So it only works when Whack is hanging out with people who are dumber than him.
Of getting into their heads and making them crash out. Think about it for a second. All the people who has beef with, like, Whack 100. Big U. In jail facing life. Loose Cannon facing life.
Nothing to do with Whack.
Break Baby, he's like gonna be out soon. Probably in like Brick is probably gonna be out in like 2 years or so. Brick
Nothing to do with Whack 100.
Baby.
None of these things have to do with Whack. And if you're saying that any of these things had to do with Whack, then you must be insinuating that Whack might be cooperating with law enforcement, because how does Whack 100 have to do with any of these cases, with the exception of Big U, where Whack is actually in fact named as a victim in the case. This is an actual fact.
And Hefe gone. Just go down the list. Munchie B probably about to be gone soon. Just go down, go down the list, yo. Whack have this ability of getting into their heads and making them crash out, right? And they would do it to themselves. Whack just sit back after playing all the mind games. Munchie B, because Whack got, bro, understand how stupid this is, okay? Understand how Munchie B tricked himself, okay? So because of Munchie B's obsession with Whack 100, and I'll break this down for a second, okay? All right? Right? How can I put this, okay? Because of Munchie B's obsession with Whack 100, he ruined his life. And you know how he did it? I'll break it down for you.
I'm not really sure if it's his obsession with Whack 100 that would say that. I would think that Munchie B just has poor decision making, and his emotional intelligence sometimes isn't the best when he's drinking.
So because Munchie B is obsessed with Whack 100, Munchie B begins to psychoanalyze every and single thing Whack 100 does. And because of that, he began to make enemies of people who had his best interest, okay? So because Whack 100 was pushing Munchie B is passing a bottle to Draco's killer, Whack 100 was pushing that heavy. I talked about it once. Munchie B starts to tell people like Rockstar and KK and other people behind the scenes, oh, I'm working for Whack 100. I'm working for Whack 100, right? Oh yeah, I'm an op. So because of this obsession with Whack 100, Munchie B then began to attack me, even though I've never said a bad word about Munchie up until that point. He began to attack me because he has convinced himself, again, this is like head movie, schizophrenia. He had convinced himself, right? He had convinced himself that because Whack 100 and him is beefing, and he's watching myself and other people make videos reacting to him and Whack 100 beef, we're now working for Whack 100.
But Flakko, you admitted and Whack admitted that you were working with him, so he wasn't wrong about that. He might have been a little bit early on his assumption of it, but his assumption wasn't wrong, whether it been early or it been late. And this is by your own admission and Whack's own admission, so I don't really get what point you're making here.
That obsession, Munchie B then made a live stream on me. And because of that live stream, I said, okay, word, cool. I was thinking about not dropping my Drakeo the Roller video. I even texted you and told you, hey, bruh, if I do drop it, your name would not even be nowhere near this video. You will be out of it completely. But Munchie B's obsession with Whack 100 convinced him to make me his enemy. So hence, I then dropped the Drakeo the Roller video. And because of that video, things then spiraled, and now we're in a situation where we're at. Munchie B's obsession with Whack 100 is why he's in this situation. Think about it for a second, bro. I had no issues with the dude. He came on live stream and just started to attack me for no reason before I dropped the Drakeo video. So
now, this narrative spin, this play, the way that Flakko's going about this is cold work, boy. When I say it's cold work, it's cold work. The narrative being spun, the narrative being played, the narrative being, kind of just hammered in over and over and over. It's a sick game, bro. It's a sick game, and it's not a game that I think that Munchie B is going to appreciate. Now, I'm not going to go with the narrative that Munchie B is obsessed with Whack. I think that it's a two-way street with both of them. I don't think that one exhibits or orchestrates more energy into one than the other one does into the other. I think that Munchie B and Whack are pretty what and what. At sometimes Whack might seem like he's doing the most. At sometimes Munchie B might seem like they're doing the most. Both might not be doing nothing at all. Whatever. The narrative is what I'm here to discuss. The way that Flakko is pushing this narrative, the way that Flakko is spinning his narrative, man. This whole way of doing things is just absolutely insane. But you do have to just pay attention to the facts. Flakko, dare I say it, he don't got no sympathy for Munchie B. Munchie B spoke about his mother. Munchie B spoke about his father. Those are two very sensitive subjects. We learned that with Lush. I see that Flakko don't like to have his mom and his daddy play with, so he gonna continue to go on if he see fit. How can we determine somebody's response to disrespect? I don't know, but let's keep going.
Yo, Whack is not doing nothing spectacular. All Whack is doing is just playing mind games with these dudes. And they're destroying their own lives because they have this obsession with Whack 100. Yo, me and Munchie had a relationship. Bro, I got Munchie B in the building of No Jumper. So for 2 or 3 years that I've known Munchie, I've never said a bad word about Munchie, never did nothing stinky to Munchie. But because of this weird fixation he has with Whack 100, he then groups me into it, started calling, mutual friends of ours behind the scenes, lying to them and saying, oh, I'm working for Whack, blah, blah. Then he fully crashed out and said, okay, cool, F you then. So yeah, his obsession and fixation with Whack 100 ruined his life.
Rule number 2, no comfort zone. Rule number 1, never get comfortable.
I think where the situation went left is where Munchie B tried to dirty politic Flakko like they was in the hood. And Flakko went the nerd route. So this is going to be interesting because it definitely sounds like Munchie B tried to dirty politic Flakko out of his position and out of his situation with his homies that he had made in the content space, talking about the gang members. Because if certain things are said, if certain things are orchestrated about you, or certain things are alleged about you, you can't be around. One of those things being if you mess with Whack 100. So Munchie B go the whole, he messed with Whack 100 route, blah, 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 blah. Flakko, who is in fact messing with Whack 100, don't feel, you know what I'm saying? He feel away about it. And now he feel like his version of response is to go the nerd route. You know what I'm saying? He gonna hop on the internet. He gonna hop on the content. It was a head up fade. Munchie B decided to throw Flakko's people into it. I could definitely see how that can make a situation go from bad to worse. But that all also being said, the reality of the fact is it's not necessarily an obsession with Whack 100, but it's definitely a capitalization on content and, of popularity on Munchie B's, at Munchie B's detriment at the hands of Whack 100 and Flakko for shizzo.
As you would say, never get bumptable.
Bumptable is great.
Rule number 2, never trust a man that's asking you something that he should know.
Yeah, so, okay, what Whack is saying is 3 weeks ago, Munchie B got a call, right? I think so. It was 3 weeks ago. Let's see.
Rule number 2, never trust a man that's asking you something that he should know.
That's
Either he's too close or he's being directed by somebody. See, blind man, I would have thought your senses got sharper, which would have made your mind a little smarter. But again, I can't take it
not Daredevil
from you because you fucking with the best right now. So it's only one reason why one will lie about being contacted by the police. And that's because you then did or said something that you shouldn't have said to the police.
And I'll be real, like that makes sense, right? Like that has to make sense. That just has to, because why would Munchie B lie about the police contacting him?
Because they're not from the same hood, because their hoods are technically enemies, because we're talking about an open unalivement case that's, probably one of the bigger ones in recent years in the city of Los Angeles. We're talking about a life sentence and or a lethal injection. We're talking about accessory to Rder after the fact. We're talking about witness protection. We're talking about a whole lot of jail time and a bunch of things that you really don't want to know spread into the streets. So why would you go and talk to somebody who you just recently met on a podcast about these things? Probably not the smartest thing to do.
Or attempting to make contact with him. Why? Like, why? Why? It doesn't make sense. Or why wouldn't he disclose that if it did happen? Why?
See, when they contacted me,
nigga think he Jadakiss and Anthony Hamilton.
And they called me about Jay Prince. In 2 seconds, I was on Clubhouse pressing play for the world to hear the conversation.
That was a fake conversation.
What was said to me, what I said back. Nothing to hide.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you won't put that on your set and your dead homies that the police ain't already called your phone. See, because my resource is talking to the police. This a fact. And they told my resource, we're going to give them a call. I sat back and I waited. Then he said, what? They called him. Oh, yeah? Call the other boy. You good with him, right? Yeah. Call him. Have him call Munchie and ask him, hey, bro, you got a call from the police about this Drakeo thing? If he tell him, yeah, maybe it ain't nothing. But if he tells him no, we know he cooperating and working with him. And what did old Munchie B do? No, ain't nobody called B. Oh.
Which was the smartest thing to do. Because I'm not even going to use Spotify as an example because that's my homie and I ain't going to use my homie as this type of a bad example. But let's say that Munchie B was talking to just anyone on the street. Let's say he was out on the bus. Random. Munchie B just on the bus. And he's talking about this situation and talking about this case with somebody on the bus. And that person on the bus can have an outstanding warrant for unpaid traffic tickets. And because they don't want to go to jail for a day or two over unpaid traffic tickets and or paid these traffic tickets, they say, hey, I know about this guy, Munchie B. We were on the bus. He told me about this unalivement of Drakeo the ruler, blah, 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 blah. Now I'm free. That's a really good reason for Munchie B to keep that information to himself because you never know who can use that information to further benefit themselves and stay on the streets in a peculiar situation. Munchie and Spody are podcasters. They are not friends.
We got you. Now we just watched him talking to Adam. Adam's telling them, plain clothes was up.
Nah, Hova, wait. Nah. Nah, Hova, wait. Don't switch. Nah.
That's a lot of nods.
Hold on, Hova. Nah. Nah, he didn't say that.
Wait, what is Flakko saying?
Hova, wait. Nah. Nah, Hova, wait. Don't switch. Nah.
Who is Hova?
Hold on, Hova. Nah. Nah, he didn't say that. He didn't say his resource. No. He said the person that he got the information from has talked to the police.
No. Says, okay, whatever.
Don't you dare. Nah, hold on, bruh. Hold on. That's a Munchie B clone. Nah, that's a Munchie B plant right there, bruh. He works for Munchie B. That's a Munchie B mole right there, bruh. He works for Munchie B. That right there is a Munchie B mole. He works for Munchie B, homie. Nah. Nah, hold on.
Munchie B mole is Barnum.
Bruh. Nah, He said his resource, who he talked to. Because again, Wack 100 is somebody, Wack has ran like multi-million-dollar businesses for as long as he lived, right? Like Wack 100.
It's not true, Flakko. It's not true. It's enough truths going on. You was doing all right with the truth. You ain't got to start pulling in lies. So let's bypass the glazing and lies.
This is what it is.
They want to talk to Munchie B. I know what they want to talk to Adam about. They just want the raw footage about Drakeo the ruler unalive. Where's this coming from? Because you, Munchie B, not him, not them, not Ralphie, not Wack, not nobody else. You are on the goddamn internet telling the people I talk and pass the bottle to the dude that unalive Drakeo the ruler.
Man, perfect. Listen.
Horrible thing to say on camera.
Listen, look, I'm finna open up the phone lines, okay? I'm finna open up the phone lines, man. That's what, listen, man, that's what, that's what I'm about to do real quick, okay? I'm about to open up the phone lines, man. You feel me? That's what I'm about to do real quick. Okay. Send in the super chats. Y'all call in if y'all have